Hello everyone. So topic for today's session is do while loop. In previous two video we have seen for loop and while loop. Okay, so now let's start. Now in while loop you have seen that your test expression, okay, that means condition that is followed by while keyword. Okay, so that means you are every time whenever you want to enter into loop, you have to check condition at initial state, at the starting of loop. Okay, that's why while loop is called entry structure. Okay, I can say entry control structure. While do while is exact opposite of while loop. Okay, how? Let's see. So there are certain situations when it is not known beforehand how many times the statement in the loop are to be executed. Okay, so obviously we want to execute that particular loop at least one minimum time. Okay, after that if user wants, then we can repeat it. That's like that. Okay, so do while loop look like this. So do keyword, after that this is curly braces, that means starting of block, and whatever you want to perform inside this do loop, that means whatever the task that is repeatedly is going to execute, that comes inside this block. This block is complete, and after that using while we specify condition of loop, that means your test expression. Okay, now let's see flowchart of do-while loop. So over here you can see this one is your starting of program, or I can say starting of flowchart. And in initialization phase we set some variables, initialize variable, like that. After that this is my loop. You can see this is my loop, it is in cycle. Okay, so there is no condition over here, it just passed to next level, that is in body of loop. Okay, execute the statement, increment our variable, that is count variable for example, and after that we just test for that condition whether this condition is satisfied or not. If it is true, then again continue to loop. Okay, but if condition becomes false, then stop. Okay, now let's see one program. This is my main function. Inside this there is one variable of character type and another variable of number type. Now here comes do while loop. So this is do in do block, that means after curly braces printf enter number. So what will happen? In console you get message like enter a number, and it will wait until user inputs some number. After that scanf, that means whatever user have entered, it will be stored into this number variable that we have declared initially as an integer number. After that printf, square of that particular number is this. Okay, so we are just basically printing square of number that is entered by user. Okay, now after that we ask the user whether they want to continue or not. Okay, so if they press Y, then continue. If they press N, that means no. So we terminate our loop. So how can we implement that particular conditions? Okay, so over here you can see to save input of yes or no, there is another variable that is of character type, variable name is another. Okay, now over here you can see this is my while keyword. After that there is round parenthesis. Inside this is my test expression. Okay, how whenever this condition is true, this loop is going to be executed. Okay, for example, if user press Y, that means Y equal Y, yes, condition true, that means it control again goes inside this do loop. Okay, now let's see program of that. Okay, so first of all this is my basic. Okay, I have included all the necessary libraries, integer main function, okay, returning 0 value. Now let me declare one variable named number and another variable, let's say status. Okay, so over here, this to save input number from user, okay, and this one is to save status of user, that is one wants to continue or not, like that. Okay, after that return 0. Okay, this is last line, we don't need it over here. After that, here it comes our do loop. Okay, do while loop. So what is the basic structure of do while loop? This is my do keyword, that is initial. After that, pair of this curly braces. Okay, inside this, whatever you want to do, you have to write your statement. Okay, and over here in while, here in round parenthesis, you have to specify your condition. Okay, that means how many times this loop will be repeated. For example, over here, what I want to do repeatedly, I want to ask user for particular number, and I want to print square of that particular number until user say now I am done with this loop. Okay, so let's printf. Okay, this one is my message, enter number. Okay, let me put this over here. After that, scanf. Why scanf? Because I want to store that particular number in my number variable. Okay, after that, again printf. What I want to print? I want to print square of that particular number. Okay, so square of %d, that means that number is %d. Okay, now what is this percentage means? We are referring to this particular number. Okay, for example, if user press 5, then my message is, so square of 5 is 25. That means these two are variables value, these two are representing variables value. Okay, so in C, you already know that how to print variables value. Okay, so this number is also integer and square of number is also integer. That's why I have used %d. Okay, so let's start. This is first one is number and second one is square of number. So what does it mean? Number multiplied by number. Okay, let me put in. Okay, that's it, semicolon. Okay, now after that, I want to ask user whether he wants to continue or not. That means if one want to interested in finding square of another number or like that. Okay, so do you want to continue? Press Y for yes and for no. Okay, so again we have to scanf. Now you can see this status variable that I have declared to save status of user, that he wants to continue or not, that is of character type. So I have to use %c. Okay, and address of status because it is that variable. Now whenever you are using %c, there are certain situation, or I can say it depends on your software on which you are running your C program. That means I can use Turbo C, I can use this Dev programming, okay, or there are another software and IDE also available to execute your C program. It depends on it. But over here in this my software, if I want to read character data, okay, so over here you have to mention space. If you are not using it, then your compiler will not understand, and it just stopped. It will not stop to take input from user, okay, it will just execute any program. And also it will also not throw compilation error, so you cannot get idea of until you don't execute this, okay. I will show you. After that, over here in while loop, I have to specify condition. So what is condition? If status equal y, okay, if status equal to y, that means user want to continue. So condition become true, then control goes again inside this do loop, okay. So this will be executed. If user press any character which is not y, okay, then this loop will be terminated, okay. So this is all about it. Save this, compile this program. There is one error, okay, we forgot. Over here also save. This is syntax, okay, you have to put semicolon over here. Processing C source file, okay, compiled successfully. Now execute it. Enter number, let's say 10. So square of 10 is 100. Do you want to continue? Press Y for yes and N for no. Let me press Y. Okay. I have pressed capital Y. In condition I have mentioned small y. That's why program is terminated. Let me press Y. Again you can see loop is again repeated. Okay. Let me enter 10. Yes, I want to continue. Let me enter 5. Yes, I want to continue. Let me enter 4. Now I don't want to continue. So I had input N. Okay, so you can see your program is executed and it has been stopped. Now if I am just removing this space, be careful if you are also getting this kind of error, okay, then you have to put just one single space over here, okay. Now what will happen if I remove this space? Okay, you can see code is compiled successfully, but when I run this code, enter number 8, you can see my computer is not waiting for input. It has just assumed that I don't want to continue, but it's not true. Okay, so over here you can see your program is not waiting for your input, whether you want to continue or not, and your loop is just finished. Okay, just a single time run. So you should avoid this kind of mistake. Okay, that's all about do while loop. Keep practicing. Bye bye.